Okay, so today we are going to discuss on the Partneredge. Okay, so what is Partneredge? As the name says, your partner will be giving you access. Implementation partner will be giving you the yes user ID with which you can log into a portal called Partneredge. When you log into Partneredge, you will be able to download all the configuration documents or all the documents related to your implementations. Now, the various documents that we'll be downloading from Partneredge are implementation guide, and then you have configuration workbook. We'll talk about all of these things. And then you have Kickoff template. Okay. So implementation guide, configuration workbook, and work Kickoff template. So all of these are very important for our implementation. So implementation guide is your configuration guide. So it will help you to implement or configure the system as per customer requirement. SuccessFactors recommends us to follow a particular sequence of implementation. So there are 18 to 19 steps which we have to follow in the same sequence. Or if you are experienced, if you have already worked on a couple of implementations, you can follow your own steps. But if you are new to SuccessFactors, then SuccessFactors recommends us to follow this implementation guide sequence steps. Okay, where they explain each and every step, like what we have to do and where to navigate, how to navigate. They explain each and everything in that. And even now, after 8 or 9 years of experience in SuccessFactors, whenever I have something to refer, if I have to look at the configuration or know what am I doing wrong, or if I want to know anything about a particular field or particular topic, I will always go and refer to the implementation guide. Okay, so this is around 300 pages odd book, PDF book, okay, which I'll be sharing you all. So you can download it from the access. Okay, I'll be giving you the drive access. You can download from there. And I will recommend you to keep this book. No, you can keep a hard copy of a book as a handy. So it's worth printing and keeping it handy. Okay, I'll show you how to download this implementation guide from Partneredge. Once you log into Partneredge, you have something called products, SAP SuccessFactors HXM suite, and then under HXM suite you have implement. Go to implement, tools and assets. Under tools and assets, you will find explore implementation resource by SuccessFactors solution, and then click on explore. It shows you all the modules here. These are all core modules, core HR and payroll. And then you have talent management related modules like performance management, compensation, learning, onboarding, performance, recruiting, and so on. So these are the modules that we have. And SuccessFactors Employee Central is here at the top. Click on Employee Central and you'll see here implementation and training assets, where you have implementation guide, configuration workbooks, and Kickoff template. So if I click on implementation guide, here you will see Employee Central implementation, Employee Central code. So you can download this document. I have this document available in the drive. Okay, so I'm not downloading it again. You can refer the document here, or you can also download from here, download PDF. Okay, so go here, recommended implementation sequence. This is the first step. It says this is recommended implementation sequence for partners and consultants. We strongly recommend that you follow this sequence for the first few implementations and discuss any variations with your team lead. Okay, to help with your implementation, we recommend following sequence of steps. As a customer, you do not have access to provisioning. Customers will not have access to provisioning. It is the implementation partner who will have access to provisioning. To complete tasks in provisioning, contact implementation partner. Consultant from implementation partner should be having it. And if the consultant is certified, associated with implementation partner, they will have provisioning access. For any non-implementation tasks, you can contact product support. Okay. As we see here, there are steps: setting up a new account in provisioning, creating super admin, and so on. So these are all the steps that we need to follow. There are some 16 steps which we have to follow, and there are some optional steps. If required, you can also do these steps. Okay. When we start our configuration, we'll be again coming back to this implementation guide, and we'll start with the first step from there onwards. Okay. The second thing is configuration workbooks. Every implementation, you will have to work with customer and get their requirements. And the requirements will be given in this configuration workbooks. There are several configuration workbooks within Employee Central. The first one is your foundation object workbook. Foundation objects are those objects which are used to build the structure of organization, pay, and job. So every company will have the org structure, like what what is the company that they are working in, okay, and what are the business areas of that company, what are the divisions of that company, what are the locations that they operate from, what are the departments that they have. So all of these are related to the org structure, organization structure. Okay, similarly, you'll also have the pay structure and you'll have the job structure as well. Within pay structure, you'll have grades or bands. You have pay frequency, how frequently the employees are getting paid, monthly, weekly, quarterly, and so on. Pay components. Pay components are nothing but your salary wage types. Salary types are the wage types like basic salary, HRM, medical, and so on. And then you have job structure called job code, the type of job the employee is doing. A worker, a contractor, a manager, or a general manager, or engineer. So those are your job codes. Okay. And then job profiles, etc. So all of these objects, these are called the foundation objects. These are like pillars for your company. So we need to understand customers' requirement, where they operate from, what are the business areas, what are their departments, what are the divisions, and so on, and configure them in the system. To track all of these changes or to track all of this data, we use configuration workbooks. And the first workbook is the EC Foundation Object Workbook. Now, for each and every object, we have certain fields which we have to fill in the system. Let's say I'm going to instance. Let me log in into instance and show you. I'll tell you how to navigate this, how to open the screens. Now, if I have to create a company, SuccessFactors has given a set of fields which needs to be filled to create a company. So these are the fields. If I have to create a company called HSBC, so I need to maintain all of these details, like what is the ID of the company name, description, default pay group of that company, default location of that company, standard weekly hours, the number of hours the employee is going to work in a week, currency of that company, and then country of the company. So I need to fill these details. And again, some of these details are mandatory. Company ID is mandatory. The start date of the company is mandatory. The standard weekly hours are mandatory. Currency and country are mandatory. So these are some mandatory fields. Some gives you the drop down values. Okay. Some allows you to input text or a number. Okay. This allows only a maximum of 32 characters. So each and every field has got some attributes, whether it is a mandatory or optional, whether you want to show that field or not on the screen, how many characters are to be allowed in that field. So all of these are defined by SuccessFactors, and you can also change. If your customer says while creating the company, I want to have one more field where I want to track some information about the field. Maybe you're working for a customer who is in India and I want to track the GST number or TIN number. So you can also have the company's GST or TIN number here. You can maintain the additional fields. Okay, it could be any field. Now, if I have to create a department, again, I'll have to go search for the department. Department will have a different set of fields. These are the fields that we need to maintain for creating a department. Again, in this department
Venu, I have
also.
a quick question.
Yes, go
I have
ahead.
a quick question. Is it
Yeah.
similar to the company code in HCM?
Yes.
Company code. Okay, that's fine.
Come.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead, please. Yeah.
Yeah. Within a department, if you want to create more fields, okay. Now, in SAP, if you are referring to SAP, you have personal area, personal sub area, employee group, and employee subgroup, right? So in here in SuccessFactors, we have company, business unit, location, division, department, and so on. And additionally, you can also configure your own custom objects. Sometimes some customers may say that our org structure is not fitting into these objects. Maybe we need some additional objects. Like bigger organizations, they may want to have functions or sub functions or org units or sub departments or subdivisions. So you can also create them as part of the organization structure. So all of these requirements they will be giving in configuration workbook. So if I go here, foundation object, I have the downloaded version, so I'm opening that. Okay, so this is your cover sheet which says employee central foundation objects. Then you need to enter the company, for which company you are implementing. Let's say I'm implementing for HSBC. Okay, what is the company code? Well, HSBC. Kickoff date, when are you starting the requirements? Let's say I'm starting from 01/11/2023, and we are planning to go live by 01/08/2024. Okay, so these are the dates. Just maintain it. Table of contents, it contains all of the objects that we have in this Excel. Okay, you have business unit, you have division, you have department. So it explains, like we have looked at legal entity, which is legal entity is nothing but a company. Okay, now it explains all of the fields that exist in SuccessFactors. Legal entity is nothing but a company. Oh, why do I see it as a company? Because I have changed the label of the legal entity to company. Now, SuccessFactors gives this as a legal entity, but I have changed the label to company. Okay, so you have legal entity ID, I've changed it to company ID. Have legal entity name, I've changed it to company name. This is mandatory field and it
Hello, I
allows
can't
only
hear
32
you, Venu.
characters. Is it for everyone? Hello, can you all hear me?
Yes, sure.
Yeah. You may check your speakers. Others can hear.
Okay, all good.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, okay, thank you. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Now I can hear you. Yeah, there was some disturbance. Okay.
Okay. So these are the fields that are available in SuccessFactors system. So every field has an ID, which is called, now the legal entity ID, what you see here in the front end, it is company ID. This is the label what we have changed it to. Now SF has given a label called legal entity ID, but we have changed it to company ID. That means your customer has asked you to change this to company ID. Your customer will give the requirement here. This should be the company ID. SF has given the label as legal entity ID, but customer has asked to change it to company ID and this to company name. This to company name. This is the change what we have to do. They will highlight it. This allows 32 characters. This allows 90 characters. This is required. Yes, this is to show up. And this is a mandatory field. And this is a mandatory field. Here, if you see, this is not a mandatory. That means I have changed the field attribute to no. Here, customer says, I don't want this to be mandatory. Let ID be mandatory, but not the field. So your customer will be giving you this requirement. And any other additional fields that they want to have. Now, these are the fields what we see default location, default pay group, country, standard weekly hours, currency. All of these are now official language. I don't see here. Maybe your customer said, I don't want to have official language. Any other custom fields, they will add them here. And it also gives you the screenshot of the company. This is what it shows up. This is how it shows up. Okay. Now this is an example. And whatever companies they have, they'll have to maintain the data here. Now these workbooks you will be downloading from Partneredge and share it with customer. Ask them to fill. You'll have to explain what they have to fill, how they have to fill. Okay, what they have to fill in legal entity data, all those company codes they have. Now I have, let's say HSBC 1, HSBC 2, and so on. Let's say they have 4 or 5 companies, or let's say they have 10 companies. Legal entity name, HSBC India Limited. This is the name that they want to have. Okay, HSBC Banking Services. So they'll give all the company names here. Country, in which country they exist? Maybe this is India, maybe this is US, UK. They'll give the company. Or if all of them are in India, they'll give it as a country, India. And then currency, INR, USD, Euro, and so on. Okay, so they'll fill this data and share it with us. You will have to create this data in system. Similarly, they will give us the other objects data as well. Business units, divisions, departments. So they want to have department called HR. They want to have department called sales. To have FICO, finance and costing, PRD, production, and so on. So they'll give human resources, sales and purchase. Okay, finance and costing, production department, production management, so on. So they'll be giving all of these details. You will have to go and maintain this data. So again, you also have locations, cost centers, job functions, job classifications. So all of these are the objects. Okay, they'll have to fill this data and share it back with us. That's foundation object workbook. And then you have employee data workbook. Foundation object is all about the objects. Employee data is all about the employees information. What all information you want to maintain for employees. Okay. So let me show you this. If I go to any employee profile in system, so we maintain employee data in different blocks. We call them as either blocks or portlet. Like a personal information is a block. A personal information is a block where we maintain first name, last name, middle name, salutation, gender, and so on. So these are all the fields. SuccessFactors gives you some standard fields, like you see here, personal information. You have first name, first name, business last name. So all of these are fields that are available in system. But all of this may not be required for all customers. If some customers feel that business first name is not required for us, they'll go and say, no, this is not mandatory. If you see here, it says it is not. But if they want to have it, they'll say, I want to have this. So we'll have to enable this. This is the change what we have to do. There's a business last name as well. Now this also I want to have. So this is the change. We don't have last name. We want to call it as initials. Go change the label to customer label to initials or surname. Let's say the customer want to call the last name as surname. So this is the label. If it is now, let's say the first name they want to use it as first name, they will not maintain anything in the customer label. Only the changes what they want to have, they will highlight it here. Okay, so all of these are fields of personal information. And then comes your biographical information. Biographical information, you have person ID, date of birth, country of birth, and so on. So you go see here, biographical information. Any other additional fields? These are additional fields. Age in years. Now you see here user ID. We're not calling it as person ID. We're calling it as user ID. Maybe because your customer said I want to show it as user ID instead of person ID. Okay, that's a change what we have to do. Some fields are mandatory. You see here mandatory, yes or no. So I want this to be a mandatory field. I want country of birth or date of birth to be a mandatory field. So go, sorry, here, not here. Here. This is to be a mandatory field. And this is the change what we have to do. So you will have to configure that in the system. These fields are available, but it is not mandatory. You'll have to go and make it mandatory. Some field allows only 100 characters, but your customer want to have 200 characters in it. So you go maintain the configuration. You configure it to allow 200 characters. And this is all about employee data. All of those portlets, what you see, email information, you have payment information, dependent information, work permit information. So all of these are the portlets on the people profile here. So these are all the portlets where you maintain the employee data. Maybe some portlets, if customer feel that if some information is not available here, they can also ask for a custom portlet. Let's say I want to track medical information of the employee, but here we don't have anything called medical information. So you'll have to go and create a medical information portlet and make it available for that customer. Okay, so those are your configuration workbooks. Your customer will be giving all their requirements. What you have to do is, as a consultant, as a certified consultant, you log into Partneredge, download all of these configuration workbooks, share it with the customer, and customer will be filling and sharing it back with us. Based on the changes that they have done in the Excels, we'll have to refer these Excel sheets and then configure the system. Okay. How will a customer know what details are to be filled? How to change the data? What fields are to be filled? Now this is explained in Kickoff template. I also have this Kickoff template, so let me open it. Okay, so this is my Kickoff template. So this, again, this can also be downloaded from Partneredge. Go to Partneredge, you will see here Kickoff template. Back to total here. These are configuration workbooks. And here you will see Kickoff template. So we have within configuration workbooks, we have foundation object workbooks, which are about the objects. We have employee data workbook, which is all about the employee data, what you want to see. We have position management, transaction workbooks, all those transactions that you perform for employee, like hire, transfer, promotion, suspensions, terminations, data changes, position changes. So all of those transactions. Okay, what all transactions you want to use? Those are tracked in EC transaction workbook. People Central Hub is a combination of all of this: foundation, employee data, and transaction. The combination of all this is People Central Hub workbook. Either you can share only one book, which is People Central workbook, track all of the changes here, or multiple workbooks. Okay. And then comes your Kickoff template. This is also downloaded from the Partneredge. You share it with the customer. Now, if you want to make changes in it, like Employee Central Kickoff workbook, speaker name. Okay, let's say I want to add, now Venu is the speaker. Let me give my name. And I want to have it on November 20th. 2023. Okay. You want to have your partner or your customer logo, you can upload this. It gives you the schedule as well. Agenda, first day, what do you want, what are you going to do? Introduction, what is easy? Give them a demo. Okay, give them a demo. So let's say, what do we do in demo? You log into Employee Central. Okay, you tell them what is your role. Okay, how many years of experience you have. Okay, and then start with your Employee Central core. What exactly is Employee Central? What do we do in Employee Central? In Employee Central, we first set up the foundation objects. We understand the customer's business, how they are operating, where they are operating from, what companies they have, what all locations they operate from, what all countries they exist. So all of this information we gather. And this is called your foundation data. So you have the org structure like company, business unit, division, department, location, and so on. Your job structure, your job code, job types, and so on. Pay structure, your pay grade, pay components, pay frequencies, and so on. Any other structures that your customer want to have, that is your custom structure. You can also have a custom. Now your customer says, I don't have function in SuccessFactors, but I want to have my, we use custom in our organization. We use function in our organization. So go create an object called function. I want to have sub functions as well. I want to have org units as well. I want to have building. I want to have, no, whatever they want to have, we can also configure them as a custom objects. Once you have your foundation objects ready, you can go and define the employee data. In Employee Central, the employee data is split into two sections. One is personal information portlets and second is job information or the employment information. The employee data is split into two parts. Again, within personal information, the data is again split into two parts. Personal information, you have effective dated and non-effective dated. So effective dated portlet, every data or every record that you create in the system, you should give the effective date with what is the start date of that record. There are some portlets which are not effective dated. You don't have to give the effective date because throughout your life you'll have only one record of it, like your biographical information where you store the date of birth details. The date of birth, it will not change every year because you will have only one date of birth throughout your life. You have ID information where you store PAN card or Aadhaar card details. You will only have one ID throughout your life or throughout your employment. So some of these portlets are not effective dated and some are effective dated. And even in the job and employment information, the same thing. You have effective and non-effective. Job information is effective where you'll be maintaining all the transactions, a hire record, a transfer record, a termination record, or a promotion record. So every record will have a date. You have hired on so and so date, 1/1/2023. You're transferred on 1/8/2024. You're promoted on 11/1/2025. You're terminated on so and so date. So these are all effective dated portlets. And then you also have non-effective dated portlets. Like this month, you want to get paid some amount, a bonus. So you'll get paid. Okay, that is non-recurring payment. That's a non-effective dated non-recurring payment. And you have employment details where you go just maintain the hire date. You will have only one hire date. Your hire date will not change. If it is not correct, you go change it, but it is not effective dated. Last month your hire date is this month your hire date is, no, you don't maintain that. Okay, so we have the employee data is split into two sections, personal information and employment information. Within personal, you have effective and non-effective. And within employment, you have effective and non-effective portlets. So these are the standard portlets. Now your customer may ask for the custom portlets or custom fields within the standard portlets. Within personal information, SuccessFactors has given us fields like personal information, first name, last name, middle name, gender, and so on. These are standard fields. But your customer want to have some additional fields as well. Maybe they want to track the blood group as well in it. So that's a custom field that is not available in standard system, but your customer want to have it. So you can customize, you can create a custom field. What do you want to show in this custom field? You want to input text in it, you want to input some number in it, you want to input amount in it, or you want to choose a value from the drop down. So we need to get these requirements from customer. So these can be configured in the system. These are called your custom fields. And then every record that you maintain in the employment information or job information, it should have a event or event reason. Event and event reason. Event is nothing but a transaction that you are performing. So when I say transaction, transfer, so what is the event reason? Now what transfer is it? Is it manager transfer? Is it location transfer? Is it country transfer? Is it company transfer? Is it department transfer? What exactly is it? So those are your event reasons. When you say promotion, is it only grade change? Is it salary change? Is it grade and salary change? If it is termination, your voluntary termination, involuntary termination, employee's death. So these are examples of the event reasons of termination. So every transaction or every record that you maintain in job information, you should tell the system what is the transaction that you're doing. Is it a transfer, or is it a promotion, or is it a termination? Is it a data change, and so on? Or in comp information also you do that. Is it a promotion? Is it a demotion? Is it a salary change? Is it an annual salary review? Okay, so these are some transactions which are available in the system, and every transaction should have the transaction reason as well. Okay, and each of these transactions may or may not contain a workflow process. Like if your company says when you trigger or when you transfer an employee, system should trigger 2 levels of approval. When you promote an employee, you should have 3 levels of approval. When you terminate an employee, there should be 4 levels of approval. So these are called workflows. You can configure any number of levels of approval. Approval 1, 2, 3, you can have any number of workflows. Any number of workflows with any number of approval steps. Okay. And then all of this we do it in a people profile. So each of this is a portlet, biographical information portlet, phone information portlet, email information portlet, personal data portlet, address portlet, and these are all standard portlets. And you can also have a custom portlet. These are all standard ones, and you can also have a custom portlet. Other than these things, we also have additional options called time off, where you maintain the leaves and attendances. Timesheet, where you track the time of the employee. You have global assignment for customers who have their operations in different countries. You can use global assignment. In global assignment, generally, an employee is moved from one country to other country on a short or a long-term assignment. Okay, so if your customer is operating from different countries, you can configure global assignment as well if they have. Concurrent employment, some companies what they do, employees might work in different departments. Okay, so that is your concurrent, multiple employments within the company. So those are concurrent employments. And then contingent workforce is for the contract workers. These are all optional additions which can be included as part of people profile. So in short, what do? We set up foundation objects, we set up employee data, we set up all the events and event reasons. We configure the workflows. We have RBP, role-based permission, who should have access to what data. So that is configured in RBP. Okay, and then robust administrative functions like mass changes. If I have to change or transfer 1,000 employees, or if I have to promote 100 employees, I want to terminate 1,000 employees, or I want to hire 200 employees. So all of this can be done through mass loads. So you can import any data. You want to create 10 departments in bulk, import. You want to hire 100 employees in bulk, you import the data. So all of this can also be done through imports and workflows. And then themes. Every customer will have a different theme. If you look at the company portals. Okay, if any portal you open, like if I open HSBP, maybe you will see different colors, maybe blue color. You know, some companies like Coca-Cola, you will see most of the content or most of the theme that they use is red in color. Okay, some uses combination of red and white. Some uses combination of blue and red. Some uses combination of no blue and white. So different companies uses different themes, different logos. So all of this can also be set up in the system. Okay, so this is what we do in Employee Central. You should open the system and show them that we can hire employees like this. We maintain this data in the employee screen. We create a company like this. We create a location like this. We maintain all of this data. Now with this, they come to know how a data is maintained or structured in Employee Central and what requirement they have to give in the configuration workbook. Now, once you have the kickoff template explained, they will have some understanding of the system. So they will say that within personal information, these are the fields that are existing and these are the fields that I want to have or I want you to customize for us. Maybe some automation. I want this field to be automatically filled. Okay. I want to have this field no editable only for some roles. Employee should only see it. Manager should be able to edit it. HR should be able to edit, see, and delete it. So they'll be giving all of these requirements in the configuration workbook. Is that clear? Again, we'll be coming
Yes.
back to this kickoff template when we start our configuration. Again, we will come back and see some topics like uh, foundation objects. What are each of those foundation objects and all that we'll see here in the kickoff template. Again, this is 200 or 300 pages workbook. Okay,
Okay.
clear? So I will
Clear.
stop it here for today. We'll connect back on Monday, and from Monday onwards, we'll have full length sessions like 1 hour of full session.
Okay.
Okay. So probably by Monday we'll be
When
completing this theoretical part and we'll starting the practical part from Tuesday. Yes, go ahead.
like we only have 5 day working, right? Monday, Saturday, Sunday is
Yes.
holiday.
Yeah.
Okay.
Saturday, Sundays usually I don't take sessions.
Okay. Okay. No problem. Yeah. Just to make sure. Okay.
Okay. So theoretical part almost we have completed some parts like provisioning access and then implementation methodology. Those two topics we'll be covering in Monday session. And from Tuesday onwards, we'll start with the practical part. Okay.
Okay.
Done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think pretty much you have given the whole overview of EC. You
Yes.
have covered. I think because
Yeah.
I'm
All of these
experienced, so I know
documents are
like what's
available.
going on.
Yes.
Yeah.
You can share your email IDs with Krishna. So I'll be forwarding you
Yeah.
all the material. If you have already got it, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah.
But if you
Yeah.
haven't got, I'll ask Krishna to share that material with you.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, and I
Thank
have
you all.
another quick question.
Hmm.
Venu, no, I have a quick question, Venu. Like
Yeah.
now you're covering EC, but time
Mhm.
management is not covered in this one, no?
No, time management is
Okay,
not
okay.
part of your THR
That's EC.
81. So, yeah, in yesterday's session, we have seen the course content
Okay,
or the certification content like data models, RBP, security part, employee data, and so on, right? So, all of those things which are there in THR 81, I'll
okay,
be covering.
okay, okay. So the entire course is the THR 80.
Yes, THR 81.
The entire course covers 80. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. Have a great weekend. We'll connect back on Monday.